What's up YouTube? In this video, I'm going to show you step by step exactly how you can use Facebook ads in order to generate your own insurance leads and inbound calls so you can create your own live transfers. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. If this is the first time that you've been on this channel, I just want to give you a big warm welcome and we're very glad you're here. So this channel is all about marketing and advertising for small businesses with a focus on insurance. So everything we do is videos for marketing and advertising for insurance, but almost everything we do can be translated to another small business or service type business. So as I mentioned in the intro, this is a really exciting video. We're actually going to be showing you how to make your own live transfers. And if you don't know what a live transfer is, if you're an insurance agent, these are typically used for people that do telesales. I don't think that they're the most efficient way that you could be marketing or working leads if you do face-to-face, just because they're more expensive to generate. And the whole idea of a live transfer is that somebody's already been pre-qualified and then they get transferred over to you so that you can then talk to them about insurance and close them. And so if you're doing face-to-face sales, it's just kind of an unnecessary step for you to then just book an appointment to then go talk to them in person, right? So the best people that this can be used for is people that actually sell insurance over the phone or sell insurance digitally or virtually. Okay, but let's go over what do we need in order to generate our own live transfers. So a live transfer is just a lead that has either been called by somebody and then asked a few questions and then transferred to you as the agent, or you had an inbound call to your office and then you had somebody ask a few questions to qualify them and then transfer them to you as the agent. So what I'm going to show you guys to do in this video is how to use Facebook ads in order to get inbound calls and also leads. So you'll have both. So you'll actually have leads that you can have somebody on your team call outbound, and then you'll also be getting inbound calls that people can qualify for you as well. So this gives you the best of both worlds because you can test out the outbound and you can test out the inbound. And with that, you'll also have more volume, which is always a great thing, right? Better costs, more people to talk to, better ROI over time. So in order to make that live transfer, there's a few things that we need. We need a fronter, so you need somebody to actually do the talking before the call gets transferred, right? So the best way to do this is to just have somebody that you currently have in your office take over this role. If you need to hire somebody for this, I suggest going and find somebody that's young and hungry, looking for a job, looking to maybe get into the insurance world, but isn't ready to fully take on their own business yet, but they're willing to work hard and talk to a lot of people and be friendly. Now, this is a position that you do not have to pay a lot for. It doesn't require a high amount of skills. Usually it's going to be something that you train somebody or give them a script, and then they're just going through and asking some questions and being friendly before they transfer the call over to you or another agent. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need, is somebody to be the fronter to make the outbound calls or answer the inbound calls and ask the questions before the calls get sent over to you or another agent. The second thing you're going to need is, because we're using Facebook ads to generate these leads, is that you're going to need a Facebook page. And if you don't have a Facebook page or you don't know how to make a professional, good-looking Facebook page, drop a comment and just say Facebook page in the comments below, and I'll hit you with a free resource that we've made showing you how to make a professional, great-looking Facebook page. The third thing you're gonna need is something called a business manager, and this is the professional way to run Facebook ads. You're not gonna be boosting posts or any of those juvenile ways that some people run Facebook ads. So if you're doing that right now, please stop and learn what a business manager is. And I'm gonna go ahead and link a video above, probably somewhere right around here, where you can go ahead and watch that video, get yourself a business manager made so that you can start running ads the correct way. Once we have those things together, you're ready to then follow along with this video, and we're gonna jump in the computer here right now so that you can start making your own leads that you can then turn into live transfers for yourself and your team. All right, we're about to jump in the computer, but for any of you that are insurance professionals, whether you're an insurance agent, you own an insurance agency, even if you own an IMO or FMO or anything like that, if you guys haven't heard of our Lead Gen Fast Track program, it's something you need to check out right now, and I actually have a link for it below this video. So if you click on that link, it's gonna take you to a video that's gonna explain the entire program. But what that program does is it teaches agents or agency owners or anybody that has an insurance business how they can use Facebook to the best of their ability. So some of the exact things that we're going to be teaching you today, but we're going to take you in a much deeper dive, because when it comes to Facebook, they're always changing things. They change the algorithm all the time. They have 10,000 different versions of Facebook going on. So while you can actually learn quite a bit from YouTube, there's a bunch of little things and nuances that sometimes it takes the training from a professional to get you to perform at the level you want. So if you're an agent looking to generate leads on a consistent basis for yourself, if you're looking to get better costs, if you're looking to get better quality, or even if you're somebody that's had success before, but through whatever reason, Facebook's changes, something like that, you've stopped having success, you've stopped being able to get leads, your lead cost has gone up. Well, Lead Gen Fast Track is something that you can check out because we have been able to teach hundreds of agents how to generate their own leads, getting better costs, better quality, any type of insurance lead that they want. We've had agents getting leads for final expense. We've had agents getting leads for Medicare, annuities, whole life, IUL, PNC, health insurance. Those are some of the main ones coming to mind, but pretty much any other vertical that you can think of will teach you how to get really good leads for it with Lead Gen Fast Track. So if you haven't checked it out, if you haven't heard of it, like I said, check out the link that I have in the description and find out more now. All right, guys, so let's jump in. So right now it's November. It's the middle of Medicare season. Everybody's going crazy with Medicare. So I thought that I would use Medicare as an example when generating these leads and creating your own live transfers. But like I just mentioned, you can do this for any type of insurance, but we're just gonna do it for Medicare for this. So what you need is a business manager, and then once you're in business manager and you have your Facebook page made, like I said, if you don't have a Facebook page yet, just comment Facebook page below and we'll get you that free resource we have for you. All right, so then you need to jump into your ad account, and that's where we are right here. I'm in one of our ad accounts. I'm in a test ad account, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to build this out with the newest version of Facebook ads. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here to campaigns, and you want to make sure that you're under the campaigns tab. As you see, there's a campaigns tab, there's an ad sets tab, and there's an ads tab. You really wanna make sure that you're under campaigns when you're starting a new ad campaign. And we're gonna start by clicking create. And then we're gonna go to lead generation. Now there are other different ways to create ads, but lead generation is gonna be your simplest, and it makes it so that you don't have to have outside landing pages or anything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and name this. So you can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna call it like Medicare leads. All right, you can also name your ad set at this time, but you can also change this at any time too. And naming is just whatever you find as the best. It's your own naming convention, so it's for your own internal organization. So Medicare leads. And I'm gonna leave this part blank because I don't know what my picture is gonna look like, but I like to name the ad something that reminds me of what picture I used. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and click continue. So in a previous video that I'm gonna go ahead and link above, I taught you guys how to generate inbound leads and get inbound phone calls. And there's actually a new way to do that. So if you guys want to see me create an ad, it's very similar to this, but it's a different way, and I'll show you real quick. So let's get past this. So we have our campaign settings, and these are very simple. All you wanna do is make sure that your name is good. You're not gonna do anything for special ad category for insurance. However, if you are a real estate agent or something like that and you fall under this special ad category, it's completely fine that you do. You're just gonna wanna make sure that you do tell Facebook, because if you try to run an ad and you're in that category and they catch you, that's worse than just declaring it up front. And all it does when you declare it is it takes away some targeting options, which really aren't a big deal anyway. So if you are in the special ad category, definitely turn this on. We want to make sure that this says auction, and we want to make sure that this says lead generation. And we can go ahead and drop this down, but there's nothing that we want to do under these other extra options. A/B test we're going to ignore, and we want to make sure that campaign budget optimization is off, okay? There's a time and place for campaign budget optimization, but it's not right now. And then we're either gonna click next, or we're gonna come up here and we're gonna go to ad set. It does the exact same thing. And this is exactly what I was talking about. So we're gonna be doing leads, and the reason we're doing that is because I already have a video showing you the old way to drive inbound calls. And if you guys wanna see me make a video on this new way driving inbound calls, just drop a comment called saying like calls or something in the comments below, and that way I'll know that you guys want to see the best practices when it comes to using this calls feature, because this is a brand new feature right here. But going back to what I was saying, there's two different ways to drive inbound calls. There's the previous way, which is doing a reach campaign and then choosing the calls objective, where people can click on a button and it brings up your phone number. And that's a really good way, but we've actually found through all of our testing that we get better results when we run lead ads, and then in the thank you page of the lead ad, we put a special message that's like, hey, thanks so much for filling out the lead. or thanks so much for giving us your information. We're going to have a licensed specialist, or like Justin Thomas, your local licensed specialist, is going to reach out to you shortly. However, there's no wait right now, so call now. And then we put a button, because we found that gets better results because somebody's already done a micro commitment of becoming a lead. They put in their information because they're interested, and then they see a call now option. And we just find that creates better calls, and it actually creates better call volume. So as of right now, this is the best way to do it. But like I said, this is something that we're heavily going to be testing ourselves. If you guys want to see the best practices when it comes to calls, please drop a comment below so I know you guys are interested. All right, let's get back to this. So this is going to be instant forms, and then you want to make sure that you're choosing the correct Facebook page. So if you have multiple Facebook pages, you're going to want to make sure that you choose the correct one. Now, if this is a page that you've never run lead ads before, you need to agree to Facebook's terms. So in order to do that, you're going to come right here and you're going to click on View Terms. And then I highly suggest going through and reading all of this, because you do want to make sure that you do not break any of these rules. Some of the biggest rules are like you can't be lead vendors, you can't sell leads, you can't sell data, things like that. So if you're trying to be a lead vendor, you're probably going to have to break Facebook's rules, and that's your choice that you're going against what Facebook says. But yeah, definitely go through this and make sure that you're not breaking Facebook's rules, because if you are on Facebook's bad side, even down the road, when you want to change to running it by the way Facebook wants you to run it, it's going to be a lot harder. So it's always best to follow what Facebook says and play by their rules, because this is a platform that they've built and we have the ability to play on it, but it's not our right. Okay. So we always want to play by their rules, because if it gets taken away from us, it's really hard to grow our business. This is one of the easiest and most lucrative platforms you can use as a small business owner. So just play by Mark's rules and everything will be good. All right, so go ahead, go through this, read this, and then you're going to want to agree to the terms and conditions. Once you do that, you see that everything has been resolved and you're good to go. So at this point, we're going to continue through and we're going to go through and figure out our ad set settings. Now, the ad set settings are the actual demographics of the ads that are going to be shown. So you'll see right here, this is going to be the actual ad that gets shown, but in the ad set settings, we're choosing the interests and demographics. So for me, and this example, I'm just going to be doing who I think is best as a Medicare clientele in my area, which is Omaha, Nebraska. So we're going to go through. You can skip dynamic creative, and for catalog, just ignore that. You probably aren't even going to have that option. And then daily budget. So you can set your daily budget to whatever you want. I suggest setting it between $20 and $50. If you want to set it higher because you have more of a budget, definitely do that. The quicker you can get in data, the quicker Facebook's going to optimize and learn and get better. But I probably wouldn't go below $20, especially for Medicare or really any type of insurance lead. You're just not going to get data in quick enough. So we'll go ahead and leave this at $20, and then we're going to leave this start date, but you can change this if you want to. And then now we're going to go to creating and choosing our audience. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change our location, and I want to make sure this is people living in this location, because I don't want visitors. I just want people that actually live in Nebraska. And because we're doing live transfers, I'm going to do the entire state. There's no need that I need to be selling face to face, especially with everything that's happened in 2020. Most people should be figuring out ways that they can go virtual. All right, and then we're gonna choose our demographics. So for Medicare, I'm gonna choose 64 to 65 plus. All genders is good with me. And then we're gonna go ahead and edit this detailed targeting. So I'm gonna leave this open and I'm gonna keep that unchecked. This is a place where you could get into actually putting in interests. So if you think that there's different interests that you can think of that people in your area on Medicare would be interested in, this is a great place to search for things like that. So old people probably like, you know, Wheel of Fortune. That's an option. AARP. You know, there's a bunch of stuff that you can go ahead and test, and we have other videos showing you actually how to find different interests that would be good. This is the area where you would put those in. All right. Now we're gonna come down here and we're gonna go to placements, and we're gonna select automatic placements, and that lets Facebook use all of the possible placements that there are on Facebook, and it lets Facebook optimize where it's getting the best results. So we're not limiting Facebook. The algorithm in 2020 is really good. So with placements, I just like to leave it at automatic so Facebook can optimize the best place to show it. All right, and then we're coming down here to cost control, and we're gonna leave that completely blank as is. Now, in previous videos, or you may have heard other people talk about bid strategies, and those can definitely be helpful, but when you're starting out, I always suggest just using no bid strategies and just leaving this blank. All right, and then we're gonna open up the show more options. And when you get charged impressions, that's what we want. That's what you have to have. And then delivery type, there's standard. There's also accelerated, but I definitely suggest using standard, especially when you're starting out. All right, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna move into the actual ad. So at this point, we've gotten our campaign settings, which are super simple. We've done our ad set settings, which are the demographics and interests, the people that we wanna be targeting. And now we have our ad, and this is where all of the ads that fall within your ad set will go. Now today we're only gonna make one ad, but you can potentially have multiple ads so that you can test out which one's gonna perform the best to the selected audience that you've chosen. And I highly suggest doing that and having more than just one ad. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is make sure my page is still selected correctly, and then I don't have an Instagram account for this, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. If I did have an Instagram account, I could connect it right here. All right, and then we're gonna do single image, and then I'm actually gonna go in and look for a perfect image, and then I'm gonna put in my ad copy. So the easiest way is just to use Facebook stock images, and the way you can do that is by going to, not upload, right here, we're gonna go to stock photos, and that'll allow you to search a wide range of available stock photos. Now I do suggest getting your own pictures because these are pretty saturated, especially within some insurance verticals and some insurance niches. So whenever possible, I suggest using your own pictures rather than stock images. It can really help with your CPMs, which is the cost that you're actually getting charged from Facebook, and overall make your leads and everything a lot cheaper. You can also make videos yourself and use those in your ads too. But for this example, I'm just gonna put in old folks. You know, I'm trying to find some like happy seniors that are probably at the age range of what we're looking at. Let's just put people. All right, and oh wow, here's one with people with a mask on. That actually may be a really good option. So, but I think I'm gonna go with this one, which actually has this lady on the computer, which the whole point of this ad is to get somebody to call us or make a Zoom appointment with us. So this will kind of subliminally put that in their mind that this is really what we're trying to get from the ad. All right, so here's where it can get a little bit tricky. There's several different things when it comes to creating an ad, but there's really only two main things. Your headline, which is very important, and then your primary text, which is what you'll hear people refer to as your ad copy. So that actually goes in this primary text. Sometimes I'll see people accidentally put it in the description or the display link. Make sure that you're putting it into the right area, otherwise you're definitely not gonna get the results you're looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab an ad copy that I have, and I'm gonna copy that in here. So this is just a random ad copy that I got put together. It is by no means something that I'm guaranteeing is going to perform well or not. Like I mentioned in our lead gen fast track, we go over what the best ad copy is. I have multiple sections all on ad copy, what performs the best and things like that. So I'm not going to go into it in this video, but this is exactly where you would put your ad copy when you write it yourself and come up with it. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our headline. And I'm gonna grab that right here, and that goes right there in the headline. And as you can see, the ad is being created over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave description blank. I'm gonna leave display link blank, and then I'm gonna turn this button into learn more. We've always found that learn more gets the best results. It's just the least threatening and typically gets the most clicks. All right, and then I'm gonna do instant form. and I do not have a form created, so I actually have to make that right now. So I'm gonna call this MC form, and then like the date. All right, and then I like to choose more volume over higher intent. And then you're just gonna go ahead and fill this out, and I'm gonna fill it out with some text that I've got right here. All right, and then we have the questions. And we can put a little description above the questions here. And then I like to do first name, last name rather than email, mostly because most CRMs like that separated. So I'll do first name, last name, email, phone number, and then I definitely want zip. That way we can get some quotes together before we talk to people if we want to. And if I'm doing zip, I don't need state, but you could add state. And there's so many other questions you can ask if you feel it's necessary. I would say that the less amount of questions you have, the cheaper lead costs you're gonna get and the more inbound calls and things like that you're gonna get. So I would leave it to the least amount of questions that you actually need. So I'm probably gonna leave it to these right here, but the main things that you're definitely gonna want are phone number, and then name's always good too. All right, and then when it comes to creating lead forms on Facebook, you need a privacy policy. So if you don't have one under your website, and you don't have a website, you don't have any way to make a privacy policy, well, this is another video I can make in the future. So if that's you, go ahead and comment privacy policy below, and I'll make sure to have that be a video I make shortly here in the future for you guys. So I'm gonna put Justin Thomas privacy policy, and then I'm just gonna put a random link in here right now, which is like my company's privacy policy, but you guys want to make sure that you actually have one for your company, and you don't want to just put a random link in there because that will get you shut down and Facebook will never let you use ads again. So this is actually something that they take quite seriously. So I suggest getting that done. And if you don't have one, like I said, drop that in the comments, because this is something that is required. Now, it's not required for the inbound calls, so that may be a better option for you guys. And like I said, I'll be making that video shortly too. Okay, so you've got the privacy policy. I like to just put link text, the name of my Facebook page, and then the word privacy policy, just so people know, and it's pretty clear and easy. And then completion. So this is the most important part, right? This is what makes it able to generate these live transfers. So we can do like, thanks, you're all set. And then the wording you use is completely up to you, but it can go something a little bit like this. I like to say like my name. If you have multiple agents, you can just do a licensed Medicare specialist or something like that. We'll be reaching out to you, your local field underwriter, something like that. But because this is me, I like to brand myself as I'm running ads. Same, that's how I teach all my agents to get their name out there, to brand themselves a little bit. So I like to put my name here, Justin Thomas, licensed Medicare specialist, will be reaching out to you shortly to get you information on those benefits. You want to make sure that this wording correlates with what your own ad copy is, and you guys should absolutely be writing your own ad copy. When everybody steals and uses the exact same ad copy, things saturate really quickly and leads get very expensive. So it's always best to come up with your own and make sure that your thank you page relates to the ad copy that you're running. So mine talked about certain benefits, so I would say that right here. But here's the key to getting those inbound calls. Or call in something like, or give us a call now at, and you can put your number. But then right here, we want to do call business. And then this is where we can actually put call now, no wait. And that is how I've gotten the best results with that button, actually putting like no wait. It's most likely 100% not true. There's no way that it could actually hook up with your system, but it's just a good way to actually get people to take action. And that's what, through testing, we found that is the highest converting text to put for this button. And then you would just put your business phone number in here, the number that you want people calling inbound phone calls to your business for. And then when people click this button, it'll actually turn their phone, it'll turn it into a phone call, and they'll be calling your business. All right, and then if we want, we can jump over here to settings. Now, this is something I like to do. I like to actually make this open, because if you have a good ad that is really getting people's attention and you're being helpful, people will share it. And if you restrict it, the people that see the shared post won't be able to fill it out and become a lead. So I open this so that way, if people share my ad, I can get free leads. So I think that that's always a really good option for most people to do. And then field names, if you want to customize things for a CRM or anything like that, you do that in here. And then tracking parameters, if you understand UTMs and things like that, you can fill those out right there. All right, and then you would click publish. I'm gonna click save draft because I'm not actually gonna be publishing this ad. Yep, you guys will go ahead and click publish, and then you'll wanna save that. And then from here, all you're gonna do is you have everything set up. You'll probably wanna go back up and make sure this ad looks good, looks like what you want it to look like. You have the ad copy in the right place under primary text. You have a good headline. You can even check your placements and see what the ad's gonna look like in several different places, like Facebook stories, etc. But then once everything looks good to you, you're just gonna go ahead and click publish. Now it's not gonna let me because I didn't actually save this form, but you guys will have that saved, and you guys will click publish and it'll be good to go. And once you publish it, it'll take up to 24 to 48 hours to go through review, and then it'll be running and it'll be live, and it'll be spending whatever you set your daily budget at, okay? So make sure you realize what you set your daily budget at, which for us was $20. That's what Facebook could be spending and most likely will be spending every single day. So make sure that you're comfortable and you've set a budget that you're comfortable with in your business in order to market and get new leads coming into your business. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us know that you enjoy the content we're putting out, and I really hope you guys enjoy what we're putting out. If you do, please hit the like button below. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Again, check out our Lead Gen Fast Track program below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.